Hi, everybody. It's Amalia, founder of STEM Braids and Beyond and host of the Silver Bullet podcast. I usually like to share how I met my guests. We actually met at a networking event and she won the pitch competition. Go her. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience.
Hi, everyone. My name is Krisztina Christmon, and currently I am an independent researcher doing work on the honeybee health, and I'm based at the Battsville Honeybee Lab. And people can find me on LinkedIn. Just find my name, Krisztina Christmon. It's a funny spelling, so Krisztine. And you can also find my startup that I will tell you more about on the website called repurposefarmplastic.com.
So what does repurpose farm plastic mean or do?
Yeah, so this is a brand new avenue that we have not thought about before, that farmers currently use tons of plastics that is either goes to the landfill or left on the field or burned on the field. And so we had this question that, like, why there isn't a fourth option? Why there is no way to reuse it, repurpose it, recycle it? And so we came into this mindset to solve this problem, and we set up this startup 2 years ago.
Okay, so how do you repurpose the plastic? Can you walk us through a little bit of what that looks like?
Yeah, so actually repurpose, we are actually recycling it. So it's a recycling process, but we chose the name repurpose because the name of recycling has a really bad rap, because we know that only the recyclables, 9% of the recyclables gets actually recycled. And we wanted people to trust us that we are going to actually recycle it, which is actually not that difficult as we find it out. And so the repurposing, recycling is that we will give a new life for the plastic that's used to be on the fields.
Oh, wow. So can you walk us through how you do that? Like, because I know, because I was at the business pitch, but someone else may not know. Like, when you were sharing, I didn't realize farmers even use plastic. I thought everything would have been like biodegradable or something. So talk us through that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a very common farming practice to use plastic mulch film on the top and irrigation tubes at the bottom, because it keeps diseases, pathogens away, and retains the water. And farmers been using it like probably since plastic was invented. And plastic is cheap. It's almost like a free byproduct of the gas refineries system. And so farmers can dispose it. So basically, the plastic is a very cheap option for the farmers, that is easily accessible for them, and because it doesn't cost too much to them, it's relatively easy to dispose. But they feel the burden of this environmental hazard that actually it causes, and but there is no way around it. And they see that they take it to the landfill, which is not good, or some of them burn it, which isn't good either, or they just leave it on the field degrading. That's not a good option. And so that's why we came in at, like, how about we just try to figure out what's the problem with it. And we find that the only problem with this type of plastic is it is dirty. And we're like, but that just needs to be cleaned, but on an efficient way, which is low cost, low energy, low initial investments, low maintenance cost, and does not use water. Because we learned during the process that once you use water, that you have to treat the water, and also you have to dry your material. And we were like, scratch that, we don't have money to do this kind of process. So yeah, we just invented a dry cleaning method for this type of plastic, and that's what we are still working on.
Wow, so a dry cleaning process for farming. Plastic. I love it. So I know you said that you're an independent researcher. Give us a little bit about the history of what you started out in, what you're doing now, and what a typical day in both roles look like.
Yeah, so I'm juggling two roles at the moment, because until 2 years ago, And even recently as well, I wanted to be a kick-ass scientist. So I was just studying and completing multiple degrees, working in research lab because I am a scientist. And the pandemic happened, and there was just this email I read about a competition that I enrolled out of pure boredom, where we had to find ways how to improve the farming. And so we won that competition, and then so everything just started slow rolling. But I was in the middle of my PhD studies, and it was a decision of like, which one should I give up, because it was just too much. And I was too deep into the PhD program to give that up. But I just was so in love in this new passion project that I'm not going to let this one go. And just I made a decision to do the both at the same time. And even after graduation, I'm like, okay, so I still not making money from the startup. So I still have to continue to generate money, which is my profession, being a scientist. So I decided I'm just going to be an independent scientist, like just taking on contracts for projects. And then hopefully I will figure out this startup thing. And maybe like I'm having a couple of meetings this week and next week, maybe I find a way to just focus on the startup yet, but it's I don't know yet.
Okay, so what type of scientist are you? Are you like an agricultural scientist? Because the target is the underrepresented community, and not all of them may understand all the different avenues a scientist can work in. So if you can break that down for us a little bit.
Yeah, so I would say I am an evolutionary biologist. So, but I studied agricultural engineering. I have a master's in that. I have a evolutionary ecology master's, and I have a PhD in entomology. And so I'm a well-rounded scientist of all these. I have very strong lab skills, so I'm a kick-ass pipetter.
You know what? You did say that's what you started out to be. Looks like you did it.
Yeah, and so I'm right now I study the viruses that the parasite of the honeybee is transmitting to the bees, and it's fascinating. Yeah, you don't see anything. You just trust the process that whatever you put into your little tubes, that it's something that you are looking for. So
Wow, well, that's beautiful. Okay, so I know you said you wanted to be a kick-ass scientist, but was that your childhood dream?
yeah, it was my childhood dream. Yes, I remember. I always been a nature girl, just being outside, just like looking at the clouds and playing with the little chickens, and then just laying on the grass and just being very in tune with the world around me. And I remember I got a book for my birthday from my godmother, gave me an encyclopedia of the natural world. And now I just like read all this information. And that was the first time I saw the climate change, that like the glaciers are melting and how the sea levels are rising. And I was like, but this is awful. Like, we got to do something about it. And so I already felt like, I don't know what, but I know this is the path for me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did your parents shape you into having a STEM interest, or did it evolve organically?
Oh, so it's very organically and very against my parents, because my father is a Lutheran pastor. So I grew up in a very religious household where they wanted all of us to be involved with the church, and they did not care or even supported my scientific endeavors. So
Oh,
that
wow.
was something I needed to pay for myself.
Oh, wow. So even your academic progress in universities, that was all initiated by you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk
Yes.
about a go-getter.
Yeah.
Well, we started talking about this just before the podcast started, but what do you wish you knew sooner about getting involved in STEM and your STEM journey?
Oh, the latest thing that I realized, and I'm telling to the students I mentored, that there is no straight path, and don't worry about it. That I see that this generation is just so worried that they are late or they are not good enough, and just don't worry about it. I changed careers so many times in my life, and and that is okay. And there is no straight path to become a scientist. And I thought I would be an agriculture engineer, but then I changed my mind. I want to be an evolutionary biologist. Oh no, I want to be an entomologist. And now I'm actually leaving all behind. But all of these experiences just adds up, and then will shape you who you are. So I wish someone would tell me that, like, yeah, just go and do it, and then don't worry about the outcome.
And you can figure it out as you go, and that's okay too.
Absolutely.
What is the most surprising thing about your industry that most people wouldn't realize from looking from the outside?
It's actually STEM is tough. It's very competitive. Like, you have to generate good data, you have to generate good science, you have to write the grants. Like, scientists are everything. That you have to find the money, you have to do the work, you have to write it up. So you are a writer, you have to go and speak about it, you have to present it, you have to teach it, you have to list everything about it, and it's a lot. And during the PhD, that your advisor is make you or break you. And this is something that a lot of people don't know about academia, that there are very difficult situations where students get in, and it's very difficult. It's very hard to get out. And I think we still need a lot to work on to clean up academia, for sure.
Oh, wow. So what I hear you say about a scientist, which is something I hadn't realized before, is that it's almost an interdisciplinary, because you have to be an extrovert because you're presenting, introverts who focus on the work, the writing ability, the finance part. Like, it's taking a lot more than just the STEM aspect of the study.
So like the STEM aspect, for example, my PhD, the research was done in the first 2 years, and everything else you had to deal with. It was just another 2.5 years. So the research is just basically just a small portion of it. There's a lot going on to it.
So as a child, were you well-rounded in the sciences, or did you have a specific area that you specialized in, and then everything else came naturally later?
So this is the other important thing, that thank goodness I had a teacher who guided me, that I was failing in math, physics, chemistry, literature, history, everything except biology.
Wow.
And that was just coming easy to me. But, you have to go through the schooling system. And then so this teacher told me that, like, it's okay. As long as you are just really good at one thing, you're gonna be okay. Somehow we will just kick your through the door. Just don't give up. You're gonna be fine. And after I passed high school and got into university, because I was good at biology, then everything just smoothed out. And that's the other thing that I think people could take away from this. Is just don't worry about your grades. Or I know it's hard not to worry about, but it's more important that, like, that you know when you follow your passion.
Find the thing that matches you, and everything else comes later on. That's one of the biggest things that I learned about STEM, because I thought you had to be good in every science. The only thing I was really, like, I could pat myself on the back for is mathematics. Everything else I had to work for. And I just didn't see a place in STEM, because I didn't know you could just be good in one thing and everything else comes later.
Exactly.
No. No. Is there a book or a movie that you think captures what a scientist does, or global warming, or any of these things that you can recommend for the audience to follow up on?
I wish I could say. I've been thinking about it, but I have not. I have not seen one book or video about that, like how to just be, I don't know, maybe a scientist that jack of all trades. Because you don't have to be like one scientist who works on one thing for 50 years. You could be just something that you just every now and then you work on something and you keep going on.
It's like something that allows you to evolve with the sciences, because there are fields in science, I'm guessing, that no longer apply. How do you make that bridge, that transition in your career?
Exactly.
Did you have in your adult life, I know you spoke about in high school, your teacher, throughout your career? Did you have mentors that helped shape? Because I know a woman who's a scientist, I'm believing, is going to be a very lonely place to be. Did you have mentors to help you and encourage you along the way?
Absolutely. So for me, just a big shout out for the USDA Honeybee Lab. They've been there before my PhD, during my PhD, and after my PhD, and especially Eugene Ryabov, who is a virologist, and Jay Evans, who was the director of the Bee Lab, and he took me on, and Steve Cook, who is my advisor, and my other advisor, Leslie Cook. Like, it was just a huge support system who just helped me and just shaped me as a scientist who I am today, and I'm super grateful for them. Yeah.
The you shared that your name was spelled differently, but you didn't tell us why. Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Hungary, and this is how we spell it, Hungary. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, with a Z right after the
Yeah.
S.
SZTINA, and it gets auto-corrected many times. So I appreciate you check on with me, and because after a while I did see very interesting, like with a Y and an S and or without S, and just see.
Did your parents ever come around and say, you know what, we're proud of what you did in science?
Yeah, thanks for checking. Yes, they did.
Yes.
Yeah, just a couple of years ago. So they retired, and 5 years ago, and they came and stayed with me for 3 months, and that was our actual time together that I was able to show them who I am.
Wow.
And they were showing interest, and they actually helped me with my research, and they came the second time just a month ago. They were here for another 2 months, and again they were like involved with my research, and they were
shout out to mom and dad.
yeah, so it's a happy ending. Yes, it's a happy ending. So now they still think I work with honeybees, and by say that I work with the parasite of the honeybees. So they still mix it up, but it's okay. Same reality.
Ballpark, that's what we know.
Yeah.
Okay, so my last question is, what does STEM mean to you? And if you could just recap a little bit about who you are and how anybody can get in touch with you, and I appreciate it.
Okay, so STEM means to me that it allows me the curiosity that I have ever since I was a child, that like how things works, how things are connected. And being a researcher, it means that to figuring things out. It could mean a lot of things, just like how to set up a plan for a project, or why this disease or why this virus mutates and how they mutate. It can be a lot of things, but it's mostly just you have the question of why, and you just try to find an answer, and that's what science to me is, that you just figure it out, and it's exciting.
Okay, good. Go ahead and share your information, how everybody can get in touch with you.
Yeah, so people can find me on LinkedIn with my name spelled Krisztina Christmon, Krisztina Christmon. And also you can find me and get in touch through my website at repurposefarmplastic.com.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, bye everybody. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.